Hey, we just thought we would do a quick video, an update. As many of you know, from the first one, we were able to get off hospice, and we did. And 2 days later, we were doing testing. So on January 13th and 14th was we did tests. On the 13th, we did an MRI, and the techs won't tell you the results or anything. They always say you have to consult with your doctor, which we're going to on February 1st. And then on the 14th, January, which was Friday, we went and we were up bright and early. We were at the hospital in Suffolk at 8 a.m. We got registered, got in, and we knew that we had to be in Chesapeake at 3 for the CT. And one of the caveats to be able to do immunotherapy is he couldn't have blood clots, and the test was on ultrasounds on his arms and legs. It was 2 hours, an hour for the arms and then an hour for the legs, and he had to be absent of blood clots to be able to continue with immunotherapy, because with the brain tumors he can't do blood thinners. So a lot of people have asked, well, why not just do blood thinners? Because you can't, and they wouldn't do the immunotherapy. So we have been told that there can't be, and he'd had multiple blood clots in his arms and legs. And so, like I said, technicians don't ever tell you anything, but she came out of the room and Billy was getting ready, and she was kind of quiet, and she said, well, I'm going to have to call the doctor. And so that kind of stumped me. Really long story short, she said, I need y'all to wait out in the hallway near the lobby, please. I have to call your doctor. Then she came out. It felt like an eternity, and she said, yeah, you need to go ahead and go over to the oncology department. Your doctor wants to see you. Ask for the nurse. We said, okay. So my heart sank, and it's also my dad's birthday that day too, so I'm really feeling grief real heavy. He went to heaven in August, and I've told Billy that this has really been a distraction from that grief, because we're so busy with this that it's a distraction, and but it's his birthday, and it was just paramount to me. And that day the grief was, and so it's like I didn't need to have any bad news. So we go to the oncology department there, and the young lady at the desk, she's like, okay, he's not here today. And we said, well, he sent us over here, and I didn't remember to say to see the nurse. And then I said, oh, well, and she said, I don't know anything about that team. She goes, he's over at Harborview, and that's a little bit of a drive because we have to be somewhere else at 3 for the CT scan. And then the nurse comes out, and she says, oh, you're the Kentners. And yes. And so she takes us in a room, and she said, I'll be back in a few minutes. Well, it felt like an eternity whenever you're waiting for big news, and she came in, and we were able to go ahead and go with the CT scan. She basically said, and she told us the results of the MRI, which was good. There was no new brain tumors, and they had stabilized. So that's really good news in and of itself right there. And she just said, but she gave us some warning signs to look out for, from the one little blood clot. So we need to pray that away.
Yeah.
And we believe that can happen because the others are all gone, and he had several. And plus, remember, he had that giant mass in his colon. That's gone. They had gone to biopsy that at the beginning of this, and that is gone. So we're just going to be praying these things away, and we thank you for joining us in prayer, those of you that had, because we know that miracles still do happen, and
every day
we believe in that, and we trust the medical system as well. We trust his oncologist, and he's a good man, and so be praying for Billy's doctors and just the medical team that we all
Yeah.
come in contact with, and we covet prayer. You know,
Yeah.
we thank you. We feel it. We wake up every
We love it.
morning and we do praise and worship, and we pray, and we so appreciate the prayer umbrella that we are under right now, and we feel it. So February 1st, our prayers that we're gonna pop on here and tell you that immunotherapy is gonna start. That's what we need, and
That's what we want.
and
That's what
so
God wants.
we're just praying that Jesus, He'll
Yeah.
make a way. He's
Where there is no way.
that's right, and so we know He hasn't forsaken us, and we know He loves us, and I've said before that life has storms, and it's the way that you handle the storm, and don't let these storms handle you. We can get emotional. I mean,
Yeah.
we're human, but you don't let that. You don't let your emotions overtake you,
No.
and you just sink into some good praise and worship. But
Yeah. I just want to say too that God is physically healing me better every day, as far as my arm and my hand and my functionability. So I thank God for that. That's a miracle.
Yeah.
That's a miracle. So thank you.
yeah, for some of you who may not know, because I know we have people all over the world praying for us now. He did have a stroke at the beginning of this because of the brain tumors, and as of right now, he is wheelchair bound, but we practice walking every day. It has improved exponentially, and he had lost use of his left leg and his left arm, and I mean, he couldn't do anything with that left
Nothing
arm.
like that.
And so God is at work,
God's at work.
and once again, we thank you for prayer. We just
Yes.
ask you to continue to pray that February 1st will be
The day.
a wonderful meeting with the oncologists.
Thank you, God.
Love you all.
Love you.